fight night, Anthony Hernandez versus Michel Pereira took place last night, and the card was terrible. It was horrible. It had the makings of a pretty good card, but every fight was shit. There was only 2 finishes on the entire card, including the prelims, and one of them was like a weird pity TKO in the main event, which we'll get to. But yeah, the card was garbage. It had potential, but holy shit. What the fuck? What are we doing? But yeah, we'll start it off with Darren Elkins versus Daniel Pineda. I picked Pineda. Pineda did not win. Darren Elkins won. Pineda won the first round, though. And then Darren Elkins started becoming just more busy and a lot more pressure and just more busy in general and hit him more. And Pineda went for some submissions and it didn't work. And it ended up with Darren in a better position. And that was kind of the story, as Darren was getting better positions the whole time. Swelled. Yeah. Daniel Pineda's eyes swelled up really bad. So, very bad physical damage. Both of them were bleeding, but Pineda was bleeding badly. So, yeah, Darren Elkins gets the win. I didn't think that was going to happen. Darren Elkins is not that good. But, yeah, Daniel Pineda retired. That's too bad, I guess. I'm not really going to lose sleep over it, but, yeah. That's that fight. Next, Jake Hadley versus Cameron Smotherman. The story of this fight is Jake Hadley was doing pretty good, but Cameron Smotherman was smothering the man. He was smothering him. Putting his name to good use, he was putting the pressure on Jake Hadley, and that was pretty much the story. He had more pressure. Jake Hadley would throw back, throw good, technical, hard strikes, pretty good. Cameron put a pressure on him on short notice, which is crazy. Put a pressure that Jake Hadley could not really handle and hit him more and more effectively. And he got him the win. So good for Cameron Smotherman. Very short notice. Kind of impressive to do that to Hadley. I think it's time to really think that, I guess he's always been mid, but I kind of had it in the back of my head that Jake Hadley is pretty good. I don't know why. He's not that good. And I think that's what I realized from this fight. Good for Cameron Smotherman. Next, Charles Johnson versus Sue Mudaerji. God damn it. Good fight. I think you show one fight of the night. Very technical fight. Flyweights are always very technical. Charles Johnson's always very technically good. Sue is also very technically good. And the fight was very close. Could have gone to either of them. Charles Johnson definitely got the second. I think definitely got the third. And it comes down to the first. I don't really know. I picked Charles Johnson. So we got the win, so I'm happy about that. But I don't know. Mudaerji probably could have gotten it. But I don't know. Mudaerji got dropped in the second. Charles Johnson got a couple takedowns. But yeah, very technical fight. Flyweights are always those guys that kind of save stuff. But Charles Johnson gets it done by decision. And yeah, kind of a very, very close fight. Could have been the other way. But next, Rob Font versus Kyler Phillips. This fight pisses me off so bad because I really like Kyler Phillips. And he fights different. In every other fight he's ever been in, he's fought different than he fought in this fight, if that made sense. He did not fight like he usually does at all. His striking was just horribly shit, and I don't know why. He just stopped going good at all. He was like insane one-dimensional striking, or not even. He just didn't have any striking. It was so odd because that's not what I've been seeing from Kyler. His whole against Pedro Munoz, his striking was fucking crazy. He just didn't do any of that. He took Rob Font down in the first round, held him down pretty good. I'd say he got the first, Kyler. He held him down for a pretty good amount of time, but then Rob Font, second and third, just outboxed him horribly bad, pretty much. Kyler Phillips had the advantage in the grappling, but it didn't matter. Rob Font was getting up, and his boxing was way better than Kyler, which is just not Kyler just wasn't doing what he usually does. So it was really annoying to watch. But Rob Font is the gatekeeper bantamweight king. He will gatekeep that motherfucker until someone good shows up. And Kyler Phillips did not make the cut. And he just didn't do it. If he had like a problem, we'll get to, might have had a problem in the main event, but I don't know. It was really weird. And it just killed my mood because I was really hoping for some flashy shit after all this. Also, the PFL was really bad, but I'm going to make a separate video about the Ngannou fight. It's the only time I've ever bought a PFL card, and I regret it. Next. So Rob Font gets it done. Pretty cool for Rob Font. Good for him. Next. The main event. Okay. Anthony Hernandez versus Michel Pereira. Round 1. Pereira hurts him to the body with a shot. Blitzes him, does a combination, and then just never does anything ever again in the entire fight. He hits him. Good. Powerful. Blitzes. Combination. I'm like, oh shit, we're in. It's good. Pick is correct. We're good. And then he just started backing up, and I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, why aren't you pressuring him? He hasn't shot for a takedown yet. What are you doing? And then I was like, come on. Start hitting him again, and then he just never did. And Anthony Hernandez had like insane cardio this fight, and Michel Pereira had literally zero cardio. So the entirety of the fight, Anthony Hernandez took him down and ground and pounded the shit out of him until the 5th. That was the entire fight. It was 219 total strikes to 29 in favor of Anthony Hernandez, all from ground and pound. Pretty much. Pereira got 29 total strikes. 20 of them were in the first 10 seconds, I think. And then he just didn't do anything the entire fight and just got beat to shit. And it was so annoying to watch when I like Michel Pereira this much and I have him on my future champs list. It just did not live up to my expectations whatsoever, and Anthony Hernandez ragdolled him and beat the shit out of him for 5 rounds. Incredibly disappointing from Michel Pereira. Ruined my night after all that happened. That night, in terms of fights, everything was boring. There was no good thing. And fights are very, very, very big part of my Saturday's mood. So yeah, I've had a rough time watching this horrible ass card. And the main event was not what I wanted. Good for Anthony Hernandez, though, because he did very well. Beat the shit out of Pereira in the way that he was gonna if he won the fight, which is take him down 100 times and beat the shit out of him. But his cardio was like weirdly insane. But yeah, I guess that's just what I guess it could have been exaggerated a little bit because of how little cardio Pereira had. I thought we were in the 4th round, and the round, like by the 2nd, it looked like from Pereira's fucking fatigue level. It was insane and super disappointing. But yeah, this fight sucked. We're on to the cool ones. This weekend is gonna fucking blow my mind. Tapuria Holloway is the most hyped up fight for me this year, I think. This is the only fight. I'll get into it in another video. But yeah, this weekend is going to be a lot better. And there's really no way of jinxing it, I don't think. So yeah, this fight card sucked. Good for Hernandez. I did mid as fuck in picks. I went 1-5 in picks. So yeah, that's the end of that. I will see you soon.